everyone, and welcome to the Bill Torrey Rink here at the Northwell Health Ice Center on Long Island, New York. You're watching live on the LI Sports Network as Farmingdale State College kicks off a three-game weekend starting tonight against the Cortland Red Dragons as we're underway, and Cortland firing out of the zone, and they score! Just like that! 14 seconds in, Cortland strikes first. I am echoing. Didn't even get through the pregame introduction. And Cortland comes firing out of the zone and beat Temkin underneath the blocker. So that play happened so fast. We'll wait for the official goal announcement to see who wind up getting it for Cortland. The net comes off its moorings. And we're going to play on as the puck comes out of the zone. But the net behind goaltender Jack Zarugin is not on. As Farmingdale tries to exit the zone with McGregor, the net is still off, and they finally blow it dead. So still not even a minute in. And Cortland jumps off to the lead. On their first shot, it was William Casulo with the goal, assisted by Zachary Mikolas and Donald Romano. Donald Romano, one of the two returning players, so there, or should I say three, there are three players currently on Cortland now that represented Farmingdale's Division III team last year. Donald Romano got the start tonight on the back end, gets an assist. Kevin O'Hare and Anthony Farina, three former Rams that played on their Division III team, now D2 team this year. So Farmingdale not the start they're looking for. Coming off a very successful weekend, a tournament in Connecticut where they took on conference rival Fairfield, as that one off the glove of Temkin, shot by Cole Haldane, and another try kicked away by Temkin. But Farmingdale last weekend went 3-0 in Connecticut, knocking off Fairfield in overtime. That was a wild one, 5-4, in which Farmingdale was up 3-1 going into, or should I say 4-1 going into the final period. Let up three straight goals, making a fourth straight goal. They went down and then scored to tie the game with 9 seconds left in the third, and then won it in overtime. And then the next night, a convincing performance and another win on Saturday against Babson, and then a 5-3 win against Bishops to complete the three-game weekend sweep and a three-game win streak for Farmingdale. As they're coming out with the body now, O'Donnell behind the net, and then just moments before, Bridgewood at the blue line. Icing arm up, it's going to be waved off as Andrew Bianchi has to get it. As Cortland looks to the edge of the zone with Tyler Murray. As that play is offsides. So we mentioned Farmingdale coming off a strong weekend in Connecticut. Likewise is Cortland last weekend against Stonehill. 2-0 on the weekend for the Red Dragons. First game, a convincing victory as Temkin covers up. Was an 11-2 win for Cortland, and the second one a 6-5. So polar opposites. Domination one night and a one-goal victory the next. As Cortland comes into this one having won 3 of their last 4, averaging 6.25 goals per game and letting up 3 exactly against per game. And that big 6.25 goals for is heavily aided by that 11-2 win against Stonehill, and then on November 12th, a 6-2 win against Kutztown. And that one loss in that previous 4 games as Farmingdale looks to have iced it, and they have. But that one loss was against another team within the Upstate Conference, a 3-2 loss against Binghamton. Cortland this year, only one win so far against a Division I opponent. The rest has been Division II opponents. And that one Division I team was University at Buffalo on October 21st in a 6-5 game. As Zarugin makes his first stop of the night, as we're just about almost 3 minutes in. Farmingdale 3-game win streak we mentioned coming into tonight. They're 11-6-1 on the season, which is 6th ranked in the AAU Division I rankings. Cortland comes in 7-4 in the year, 13th in the AAU rankings. As Murray will play at the blue line, had a goal last weekend, coming against that crazy game, night 1 versus Fairfield. As Farmingdale is first place in the Empire Conference, 25 points, and Cortland, their 7-4 record on the year is 6th in the Upstate Conference with 14 points. As that one's left for Brandon Hughes to enter the offensive zone, trying to get around Thomas Higgins, but he's thrown off the puck. But he gets right back on a turnaround shot, pad save made by Zarugin. And the net has come off once again. This time we get a quick whistle. So we'll stop play and have an offensive zone draw for Farmingdale. These two teams had a crazy 2 games last year. One game was a 4-0 win for Farmingdale, but the other one was here on the island. Farmingdale had a 6-1 lead in the second period at home, and Cortland stormed back, forcing it to overtime as they get a chance in front, and a big save on Tim Duffy. Comes to the point. McGregor turns and fires as that one skipped wide, and the net is off again for the 3rd time in the opening 4 minutes. But yes, Farmingdale last year at home against Cortland, a 6-1 second period lead for the Rams evaporated thanks to Christopher Hammerly's second period hat trick. And that wound up being a 7-7 game in overtime, and it was a Farmingdale win with Matthew Ferrari now graduating, getting that 8-7 decider. As Kravitz will throw it right back in, Immel behind the cage, trying to go in front to DeAndrea, and he gets a shot right back. Cortland's got to keep an eye out there. He's out there right now, 47 in white, Tim Duffy. They turn it over again, and Cortland still hemmed in their own end, and there's Duffy coming off a fantastic weekend in Connecticut. Walks the line, McGregor fires off a body and wide, and getting the glove down is Zarugin. But yes, Tim Duffy that last weekend entered on a 3-game skid of not getting a point. He came out of that 3-game weekend against Fairfield, Babson, and Bishops, 5 goals, 6 assists, including a hat trick in their 9-goal performance against Babson on night 2. As Duffy is 5th in Division I points in the AAU with 27 and 4th in goals with 14. As Cortland, ever since getting that rapid-fire strike, less than 20 seconds in, has been struggling to exit their zone as Bianchi tries to spin off a man but cannot. As Signoretti's turnaround shot got knocked down, Hawkins finds him again. Signoretti started off the season red hot. The man who played D3 last year made the jump to the team this year. Nice move to get around one, and Temkin makes the stop. So that's the best chance for Cortland ever since that opening goal they scored. And Temkin stands tall after that first shot of the game beat him. But something to keep an eye out for on the Farmingdale bench, Captain John McCann, upper body equipment completely off with dealing with the upper body injury. So he has no upper body gear on right now, being attended to by the team doctor, Dr. Popolarski. And he's dealing with the upper body injury right now. So not a good sign for the Farmingdale captain centering that top line, as that one pops into the air and out of play. As you'll see him on the bench now. Yep, no upper body equipment on, being talked to by the doctor, Dr. Poplarski, Coach Cipriano down the middle, head coach Joe Mazey on the right. As McCann had a strong weekend, 2 goals, 1 assist in that 3-weekend sweep in Connecticut, but entered that weekend pointless in his last 5 games, so a good way to get off the schneid, but tough start for him now, dealing with that injury. As Minio gets behind the net, looks to across ice to Sippos, and another whistle, 4th time this period for net off the moorings. On the Cortland side, mentioned they only have 1 win this year against a Division I opponent. That was the U-Buff game, 6-5. But still getting the job done in terms of point production. They have 6 players at least a point a game. And of those 6, 4 of them are over a point a game. Headlined by Zachary Mikolas, 10 goals, 13 assists, 23 points in 11 games this year, as well as Christopher Hammerlays, 10 goals, 9 assists, 19 points in 11 games. As Casulo's goal under 20 seconds in was his 5th of the year, his 9th point, and now his 11th game. Temkin will leave for Murray. Murray hounded behind the cage. As Cortland comes out with it, they go to the blue line, throw to the net, bouncing around, turnaround shot is patted away by Temkin. As it comes to Ledham. Ledham, one of the 6, that's at least a point a game. He has 7 points in only 7 games this year, as Lorico will throw it in deep, and having to play in his own end is Thomas Higgins. It'll be Braglia. Backhand pass to Higgins. Higgins bluffs going up the boards. He'll come back there anyway to go to Morello, and it's Hughes to come out with it. Farmingdale last weekend a little bit banged up and down the lineup. They had to call up 2 guys from their Division II team, in Brandon Dixon and Ian Riberick, and it wound up paying off in that game against Bishops. Riberick got a goal, and who assisted the goal? Brandon Dixon. So the 2 call-ups helped out crucially, going 3-0 last week. As Cortland enters the zone all by himself is Michael Cochran, or should I say, excuse me, that's William Casulo, the lone goal scorer. As up the middle and flying down is Dylan Smith. Smith trying to get some separation, backhand pass to DeAndrea, his turnaround shot, 6-save rebound, and getting the second attempt as well as Arugin. As guys like Dylan Smith getting some more ice time due to the team being a little banged up, as well as Christopher DeAndre, who started off the season in and out of the lineup, but has come on very strong last weekend, getting 2 goals and an assist into 3 games. Be Mikolas, backhand pass broken up by the long reach of Jason Brennan. Nobody home on the up ice pass, and it'll be an icing. 11:22 left in the opening frame, still 1-0 for Cortland, thanks to that quick goal by William Casulo. Farmingdale won the draw, but could not control it at the goal line. But nice bounce for Immel. Duffy up the middle, finds DeAndrea. It might be a foot race here. DeAndrea trying to push through, but a good recovery by Michael Ravinsky. Again, Brennan, nobody home on the cross-ice pass, and he has iced it back-to-back plays. For Farmingdale this year, it's been a 500 record against the Upstate Conference. They are 2-2 with a win against Bishops last weekend, and their other win against University of Buffalo, in which they came back from a 3-0 deficit to win 4-3. 2-0 deficit to win 4-3. As that was their 2 wins against the Upstate Conference, and their other 2 losses were against St. Bonaventure 5-3 and Niagara 1-0. Farmingdale, the last 4 weekends, 3 of them have been 3-game weekends. That one that wasn't was a Thanksgiving break, so they had to break off. But right before that Thanksgiving break, it was a weekend upstate. That was the Buffalo-Niagara Bonnie Strip. Then you're off for Thanksgiving. And then you're coming off 3 games last weekend in Connecticut, and now another 3 games at home to wrap up the first half of the season. As Farmingdale will play right now, they'll run it back tomorrow night against the same Cortland team, and then they'll finish up the first half of the season against Fordham on Sunday as a shot from the point is blocked down by DeAndrea. Picked up by Ledham. Ledham shot into the glove of Temkin. There's that initial block, but a nice bounce for the Cortland defense. That one came right to Ledham, creeping in as Temkin makes the glove save. Ledham, the 6'1" defenseman out of Messina, New York. Sarosi goes up the same side where he started, as they'll chip it in deep off the stick of Higgins. As it'll be Sipos. Over the stick of Hawkins. Hawkins trying to beat a man on the near side, and he does. Hawkins with Ledham on him. He'll get it to Murray. Murray looks to the net. Wrister's on goal. Nobody in front for the screen, so an easy save for Zarugin. As Hawkins throws a devastating body, and it's going to be a penalty on the play. As Hawkins is not happy with the call. Let's see if they get him for a, was it late? Let's see. So there's the puck. You see Hawkins creeping in. And I don't know what they're going to get him for there. That's not really a late hit. It's not interference. Maybe charging. I don't really see a penalty there other than possibly charging. And even if it is charging, it's kind of light. But nonetheless, the first power play of the night will go to Cortland. Roughing, they gave him. So Cortland will go to work. Cross-ice pass links up with Casulo. Casulo to the blue line, Hammerley. Far side, Wrister on net, swallowed by Temkin, and he had to sprawl out for the second attempt. As the shot looked innocent enough, but it hit the chest and wind up popping right back out. There's the first save, and then Temkin had to sprawl out to get the puck the second time. Nicholas will leave it at the blue line for Ravinsky as it comes to the near side. Casulo, Ravinsky, low shot, sticked away by Temkin. Casulo again, goes to the goal line, Nicholas, to the point, Ravinsky, drags, fires one, deflected, and swallowed by Temkin. Good puck movement by Cortland and got the guy in the middle on the deflection, but Temkin was able to close down the pads. Cortland's got 1 minute and 2 seconds to work on the rest of this man advantage as Lorico will send it out of the zone. It'll be Braglia out of his own zone, trying to avoid a man and Andrew Clifford. As it be Ledham, trying to get around from Lorico, cannot get it much further, and it'll be sent down by Jesse Burns as that bounces into the chest of Zarugin. Be Maxwell Taylor, 20 left on the man advantage, will wrap it around the board. You got Brennan, could not slow it down. They come to the blue line, Ledham Ledham overskated it, Minio on him. Ledham gets it right back, 10, plays catch on the far side. 5 left, across, had a shot, did not take it. That was Joseph Morello. Power play comes to an end, back to 5-on-5. As keeping it in is Haldane going back behind the net. Clifford battling with Burns, coughs it up for Minio, and out comes Farmingdale. Minio gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins wrister off the side of the cage. Hawkins right off the bench. Bridgewood hit a man in front in Minio, so friendly fire hit his own guy in the back. Haldane, nice pass up the middle to find Taylor as he gets it out of the zone. Cortland trying to get a fresh 5 out there, and in comes McGregor. McGregor, Minio trying to dance around a man in Ledham, cannot, as it comes up the middle to Mikolas. Mikolas tries to go to a wide open man in front, and he rips it off the post. Once again, it was Casulo. Casulo tried to go to the same spot he went on the goal. This time, could not beat the post. As Kravitz keeps it in, backhand shot by Signoretti, knocked away by Ravinsky. Signoretti with a turnaround slapper, sliding block there by Casulo as Bohm trying to strip Hammerley. As Hammerley will get it out, but gets it right back on a turnover. 2-on-1 the other way. Hammerley trying to get some space, but a reaching poke there by Kravitz. And it's going to be another penalty coming up against Farmingdale. It looks like they got Signoretti. As it's not there. It's there. Yep, the left hand to the side of the head of Zachary Mikolas. So second time in recent memory, Cortland will go back on the man advantage. Red Dragons will win the draw. It will be Maxwell Taylor getting his Ledham. Back towards Taylor. Ledham, Taylor plays catch. Finds a man, goes right back to Ledham. Wrister on goal, sticked away by O'Donnell. Cortland trying to come out from behind, off the stick of O'Donnell, but played by Taylor. Taylor walks in, rips one on net. Looks like a friendly fire in front. Looks like it got a leg of... Looks like Clifford. Got that big body in front of the net. Slapper on goal. Wraps around the boards as Taylor will scoop up again. Taylor to Haldane. Haldane, nice spin to get some space. Haldane still with it. Finds Taylor. Wrister on goal. Sticked away by Murray as Morello will stick behind the net. Taylor cannot slow it down with the skate. Has to watch out for Immel as he finds some help in Ledham as Cortland tries to get a fresh power play group out there. Morello slapper blocked by Brennan. Kravitz around the boards and out of the zone as Farmingdale will catch a breather for the time being. Under 40 left on the man advantage. Cortland up on the shot total as of now, 11-6. As they have 20 left on the power play. It's Mikolas. Went underneath the stick of Hurahan as Cortland, or should I say Farmingdale, gets another clear. So that will effectively do it. 5 seconds left on the man advantage as Farmingdale will go 2 for 2 on the kill tonight. Kravitz sends it down, and back to 5-on-5 we go. Ravinsky finds Mikolas. Mikolas tries to go up the middle, fans on it, trying to find Hurahan. As it'll be DeAndrea. DeAndrea trying to scoop it around Ledham as they battle on the boards. Immel comes free. Puck just got away from him. Almost had a quick 2-on-1. Just about 3 minutes left. It's a Cortland 1-0 lead. It was a quick strike under 20 seconds into the game by William Casulo, his 5th of the year, and that's all we got right now as we hit the 3-minute mark. Immel cannot gain the zone. The long reach of Ledham prevented it, but Immel right back on it in the neutral zone to get it back to the team in white and green. Duffy will bat that one down, cannot get around Higgins, but Immel will scoop up. Immel comes off the boards, around the net, in front, DeAndrea, save made by Zurigan. As he gets the whistle, Zurigan makes back-to-back stops, one of them in tight to keep Farmingdale off the board, and there you go, that's the one in tight, as Duffy could not get the second chance. Now Zurigan comes into this game 2-0 in the year, 2 goals against average on the dot, a .931 save percentage. They've had 4 different goalies start for them this year as Hawkins fans on the shot. But Jack Zurigan, as we have a collision at center ice, no penalty coming out of this one. But Jack Zurigan, only in his 3rd game this year, he got the start in game 1 last weekend against Stonehill, that deciding 11-goal performance for Cortland. He made 26 saves in the win. As Jack Zurigan is starting, backing him up is Andrew Goldstein. As McDermott and Norborough not dressing today for Cortland. As coming out of from the corner, backhander on goal is still loose. And getting the whistle is Zurigan, as Dylan Bridgewood came untouched out of the corner. And look at all the time and space for Bridgewood as he got through 5-0. The puck got through as there was a second chance available, but right there, Zurigan was able to lay down on it. So despite the power plays and the quick goal by Cortland, Farmingdale has had the better of chances this period, as right off the draw, Cortland clears it down, icing waved off. As Temkin has to play that and cover it himself. As I believe that was Hammerley off the draw in his own zone, just shot it all the way down, and it winds up paying off as they get an offensive zone draw now. You have Casulo at the dot against O'Donnell for Farmingdale. As Brennan, dangerous spot there, and it's stopped by Temkin. Dangerous passing play for Farmingdale as it almost cost them. As we'll drop it again, this time one cleanly. Ledham shot off a stick and into the corner. And ever since I've mentioned that Farmingdale has had the better of chances, once those words came out of my mouth, it's now been Cortland spending some time in the offensive zone. Brennan finds Minio. Minio known for his shot, but has been racking up the assists this year as O'Donnell cannot slow down that bouncing puck. We got 1:18 left in the opening period, and O'Donnell could have had something here, but that puck just kept rolling and rolling on him. Hurahan on the draw with O'Donnell. New line out for Cortland, won cleanly by O'Donnell as Larico's shot went wide. It'll be Minio on the boards. O'Donnell, touch pass in front, finds a man on the point, and it's gloved away. That was Jesse Burns creeping in. Under a minute left in the period as Burns could not receive that pass as it bounced over the sticks. That puck is very active in that part of the ice. As Brennan coughs it up behind his own net, gave it right to Murray. Murray can't get much further as Farmingdale comes out with numbers. 2-on-1 the other way. Minio going to net. They find him, and he shot it right into the pad of Zarugin. Minio had a wide open net and shot it right back into the direction of the goaltender. He just shot it right back at him. Credit where credit is due for Zarugin for getting back into position, but Minio misses a glorious chance with just about 30 seconds left. Sipos goes around the boards, tangled up in some feet. Duffy pokes it free, but just kept in by Ravinsky. This one comes out for Cortland, and it's muscled away by Temkin. That was Holden Sorosy. Right place, right time. As again, it's Sorosy off the turnover. Cortland trying to keep it in late. 5 seconds left in the period. Sorosy still fighting for it, getting spun around. 1 second left, and time will run out. So 14 seconds into the period, it was William Casulo's 5th of the year to make it 1-0, and that's all we got after one. Cortland, a 1-0 lead on the road against Farmingdale. We'll step aside. You're watching live on the LI Sports Network. We'll be back for the second period. Welcome back, everyone, to the Bill Torrey Rink here at the Northwell Health Ice Center on Long Island, New York. You're watching along live on the LI Sports Network. Jordan DeLuciano here on the call, and we're moments away from second period puck drop where Cortland enters up 1-0 against Farmingdale State College. So this game kicked off immediately. 14 seconds in, it was William Casulo's 5th of the year, the 6-foot forward out of New York. And that's all we got on the board. Cortland had 2 power plays. Hawkins and Signoretti for Farmingdale went to the box, but Farmingdale 2 for 2 on the kills so far. 12 shots for Cortland last period, 1 of them in. Farmingdale 10 shots on the board, but goaltender Jack Zarugin, perfect 10 for 10 as of now, as we're underway in the second. Brennan for Farmingdale being hounded, pass wide open in front, just missed Hammerley, but Minio could not get it out. Ravinsky keeps it in. Ravinsky again, kept it at the blue. They find Hammerley, throwing it in front and kicked away by Temkin. And Minio trying to get out of the zone with Casulo on him, as O'Donnell will flip it in. Farmingdale coming into tonight, the 6th ranked team in Division I in AAU, is a pass in front by Larico, is stopped by Zarugin. O'Donnell now. Got intercepted by Ravinsky, trying to pinch in was Murray. Icing arm up, I don't think it's gonna stay though as that puck dies out. Murray turns it over, they try to go back towards the man in Mikolas, could not link up. Larico with Hawkins going to the net. Larico gets around a man, shot on goal. Looked like it went over the shoulder. And back behind the cage you go for Ravinsky, working on a 1:20 shift right now. Has been out there since the opening puck drop. As Mikolas strips Bridgewood. Mikolas all by himself, dances up but could not get around Murray. But Farmingdale, as I was saying before, comes into this game the 6th ranked team in AAU Division I. Cortland ranked 13th. Both teams coming off impressive weekend sweeps of their own. Farmingdale, Fairfield, Babson, and Bishop defeating, and Cortland 2 wins against Stonehill. As Bridgewood with Ledham in front of him, throwing him down, but the puck goes behind him and just out of the zone. As Cortland is offsides. No sign of John McCann, the captain of Farmingdale. His first shift of the game went out with an upper body injury, has not returned. Does not look like he will return tonight, though. DeAndre on the boards, gets some help from Immel as Immel finds Duffy. Duffy, fans on the shot, puck just got away from him as Cortland's gonna try to counter with Haldane. Haldane, Clifford. As Sarosi will back it off the boards. Up the middle comes Cortland with Hurahan. Hurahan trying to get around McGregor and try to stuff it, but a 6 save by Temkin. It'll be Duffy. Banks off the boards, cannot clear. So early on, 3 minutes into the second period, Farmingdale having issues in their own end, coming out cleanly as it's being difficult. Brennan again got stuffed, but they'll come out now. Immel could not slow it down, and it's just as quickly as it came out, almost came back in. Cortland was offsides on the play. Ref had his arm up. I don't think a couple of the Red Dragons knew that the play was offsides. So the puck will come just out of the zone. It'll be Bianchi, try to reach the lunging stick of Morello. Now, this will be Kevin O'Hare, one of the 3 Red Dragons in the lineup tonight that were part of Farmingdale's Division III team last year. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Donald Romano. He got an assist on the opening goal. Kevin O'Hare and Anthony Farina. As Hughes will walk in, Brandon Hughes' wrister goes along the paint and around the boards. Hughes gets it back, wrister again. This time it hit a stick and into the glass. Bohm trying to keep it. It's Hughes again. Hughes will wrister it towards the cage. Nobody home. As Brennan will chop it back in, but rebounding right off the boards. Impressively so was Morello as he took a hit from Dylan Smith. Pass in front, wide open, but it comes out to Morello, and a reach by Brennan breaks up the backhanded attempt. Smith dumped it in, and a perfect bounce for Farmingdale right off the change, and a stop by Zarugin. Right before the first period ended, Zarugin made a crucial stop on a 2-on-1 on Brandon Minio, and right off the bench, it's Sean O'Donnell with the backhander right into the breadbasket of Zarugin. As there's another wrister on goal, gloved by the goaltender. So we'll drop it again right where we had it before. And it's won again by O'Donnell. Another try, and deja vu. Same exact situation. O'Donnell wins it, Larico shoots it, Zarugin gloves it. Let's see if O'Donnell can go 3 for 3. This time he does. A little bit of help there on the dot. As that one's kept in front. Puck loose, swiped away. Rebound, puck bouncing around, and Farmingdale can't put it home. As Cortland got caught with 3 forwards at the blue line, which led to the havoc in front of the net. All 3 guys attacked the puck carrier at the blue line. As O'Donnell's shot banked off a leg, shot by Sippos, changed direction over the bar. Minio, Sippos sends it back to Minio, then Minio will go to the box for interference. As William Casulo is down in a lot of pain right now. See what happens. There's Minio with the puck. Might have been a high stick. And right there. Yeah, may not have been a stick. It was probably the elbow that caught Casulo in the neck area. So Casulo gets off onto the bench on his own power. And for the 3rd time tonight, Cortland will go to the man advantage. Cortland wins the draw, but cannot settle it down. As Haldane has to come out of the zone, he'll find Ledham. They called Minio for interference. Could have been elbowing, but they give him interference. First penalty of the night against Farmingdale was debatable. Last 2, not so much. Very undisciplined. It was an elbow by Signoretti, and then that elbow again, which they called for interference, by Minio. As Cortland comes out of the corner with Clifford and goes to the point, Taylor. And Taylor will get it right back. Taylor, wrister on net off the stick of Temkin. Haldane to the blue line, kept in by Ledham. Ledham, Taylor, one-timing shot, friendly fire, could have found the back of the net, but it hit Morello in front. Hawkins with the backhander, and he'll send it down. So that one-timer by Maxwell Taylor, possible. It could have went to the back of the net and beat Temkin, but it accidentally hit Joseph Morello, who was trying to screen the goaltender. It'll be Mikolas. Goes behind the net with some help, gets it right back. Nice pass across to Hammerley, but it went underneath the stick. Hammerley, wrister on goal, deflected off the glove of Temkin. Backhand pass in front, nobody home, and Hawkins will send it down again. .20 left on the man advantage. Immel pressuring. As will be Hammerley. Hammerley almost lost it to Immel as he'll have to go get it near his goal line. Dangerous pass up the middle, bounces off O'Donnell, gets it right back, and he couldn't put it home. Immel with the support, but just like before, in the first period, the puck rolled away from O'Donnell. Immel, strong shift on the penalty kill. As we get back to 5-on-5, it'll be an offensive zone draw for Farmingdale. That's the tail end of it, but that was all Eric Immel in the offensive zone. Cortland had 30 seconds when they got the puck, and they got nothing left now, thanks to Eric Immel. Farmingdale still looking for their first goal, as they'll send out the DeAndrea, Immel, and Duffy line that was very strong last weekend. Wind up starting the game tonight and letting up the game's opening goal. Immel wins that one cleanly. It'll be Riley McGregor now. Can't get it as deep as he wanted to, as it'll be picked up by the Red Dragons. Nobody home on the pass, trying to link up with Braglia. Icing waved off as Cochran beat it out. Cochran looking in front, could not find a man, but a nice bounce for Higgins. Coming out of the corner, finding a man on the far side. Rister on goal, 6-save, rebound, and they score. Michael Cochran, right place, right time, and it's a 2-0 lead for Cortland. And that was just Cortland outworking Farmingdale behind the net and on the goal line. Temkin struggling on the rebound control there, as Michael Cochran, the forward out of Albany, New York, will get his first of the year. Farmingdale was down twice all of last weekend. It was a 4-3 deficit against Fairfield in game one, and then a 1-goal deficit against Bishops. They overcame both of them. So now what you're looking for right now in Farmingdale, coming off an impressive weekend and a team in last year you went 2-0 against. But the Rams have struggled this year against that upstate conference mentioned in the first period. They are 2-2 on the season. Spinning off a man was Murray. Murray trying to get it right back from the feet of O'Hare. As that one misses Bohm. O'Hare just missed keeping that in, and it'll be offsides. It'll be Cochran on the goal, assisted by Evan Venth. So that line out there, Venth and Cochran were working the boards well behind the net. And it led to the goal. Sippos, Signoretti. Signoretti couldn't get it in deep as it comes right back into Farmingdale ice. Pass up the middle, out comes Farmingdale. Bridgewood near side with space, drags and fires, but getting a stick on that was Romano. .11:04 left in this second period. It hasn't really been one team dominating and controlling the play for large spurts of times. That puck was out of play. But it's just been Cortland opportunistic. That quick strike at the beginning of the game and then a strong shift in the offensive zone. Temkin could not get the rebound and a wide open net for Cochran. Signoretti tries to come off the boards. Puck got away from him. Haldane with the breakaway. and he almost puts it home. The puck rolled off his stick. He had a chance to beat Temkin, had him down, but the puck got away from him. Could have been a devastating strike there for Cortland to go up 3. Signoretti give and go with Hawkins. Now a chance on the other end. They find Bridgewood, but he cannot slow down the pass. Kravitz shot deflected by Signoretti wide. Signoretti pass in front. Bridgewood cannot get to it. So chances at both end, and both times end, and the player not able to control the puck. Signoretti punching through, trying to go to the forehand. Puck loose, swiping at it, and it hit the side of the cage. Hawkins and Signoretti all over it. Brennan still with it. Brennan, shot goes behind the net. Kravitz pinching in. It'll be Signoretti trying to walk out. Can't get a shot off. Signoretti again, blocked once again by Romano. As Brennan trying to dance around at the red line, the puck was behind Hammerley. It took him a little bit to figure it out. As Mikolas's blind pass goes right to O'Donnell. Marico, give and go with Minio. Minio goes to the blue line. Sippos. Murray walks, wristers one in a sliding block, pops that one in the air. Minio trying to get the Sippos. Sippos dangerous pinch, and a 2-on-1 the other way. It's Hammerley, make it a 3-on-1. Will park it and fire. Save made by Temkin, and Hammerley pushes the rebound wide. Rams trying to counter. Marico knocked off the puck. O'Donnell fakes the shot, gets it back. Nobody home in the corner. Marico to the blue line. He'll go into the corner. Minio, fast-paced action. Both teams have had gorgeous chances to get back on the board. And it's been a case of just missing the net and missing the puck. Poking free, getting around McGregor was Braglia. They go to Bianchi. Bianchi deflected shot in front by Sarosi, pushed away by Temkin. Sarosi walks in, wrister one way wide. They'll be scooped up by Morello. DeAndrea in his own zone, got Sarosi again. Immel pokes it free. It's going to be a 2-on-1, but it was broken up because of an interference. So it was going to be a 2-on-1 for Farmingdale, but an interference by Kevin O'Hare, and the Rams will get their first power play of the night. As you can see, Immel here make the nice bank off the boards and then pretty much get tackled. And yeah, that'll do it. So the Rams, here's their chance to get on the board, having not yet been able to solve Jack Zarugin in net. Bridgewood helped out at the dot, and Farmingdale will set it up. Boom, rips one on goal, and missed on the blocker side. They'll get O'Hare for holding. Nice play in his own end by Ravinsky, excuse me. His third time's the charm on that name. So, Michael oh my God. Ravinsky. I don't know why I was struggling with that name so much there. Michael Ravinsky made a nice play in his own end to clear it down. But now Farmingdale goes back to work with Duffy. Backhanded shot goes wide. So my apologies to any of the Ravinsky family or friends watching out there. Bridgewood now. Minute 15 on the man advantage. Duffy. Bridgewood walks in, goes down to Duffy. Duffy in front and kicked off a leg and wide. And missing John McCann right now is Farmingdale. He is a crucial part in that first power play unit. Does not look like he will be returning tonight. Stretch pass finds Duffy. Duffy hounded on the boards, cannot get into the zone, as Mikolas will chop it in the air. And that could have been That could have been a 2-on-1 short-handed for Cortland, but it might have been, I think it might have hit a teammate on the bench. So Farmingdale dodges a bullet. 35 seconds left on the Farmingdale power play, not anything happening. Ever since Ravinsky cleared that puck in the opening seconds, Farmingdale has not been able to get much offense. As Brennan pokes it forward, he'll drop it back. McGregor's got to try to get it. He'll get help by Larico. Larico's shot, or should I say pass, to O'Donnell, got chopped up by Mikolas. As Larico finds Minio with 15 left on the man advantage. Minio walks in, rips one, and it's kicked away by Zarugin. Larico again with space on goal, blocker stop. Zarugin been very strong tonight, making his 18th stop of the game as Cortland will kill off the power play. As a whistle there, ref called an icing, I believe, but he's going to admit his mistake. So instead of the puck coming all the way down into Cortland ice on the icing, it will be a neutral zone draw. This Farmingdale team battling injuries coming in from last weekend. No McCann tonight because of the first shift injury. Veteran defenseman Daniel Rotan, Devin Quinones as well. So you got makeshift lines for the Rams today as Temkin will get the whistle. Won the draw right off the face-off, trying to get a shot, was Maxwell Taylor. Turnaround from the boards, knocked down in front. It'll be Taylor trying to go to the slot. They find a man on goal, deflected into the netting, and Cortland tonight has found a lot of success finding that man in the slot. Farmingdale not able to clog up those passing lanes. Whether it be on the power play or at even strength, Cortland has found that guy in the slot. DeAndrea has Immel on his right. DeAndrea's wrister popped out. DeAndrea again, and back-to-back stops for Zarugin. Duffy on goal, and it bounces into the net. It's DeAndrea on the rebound. Farmingdale on the board. It's 2-1. So that puck just squeaked through on Duffy's knuckle puck, and there it gets popped out, and DeAndrea whacked it home. Christopher DeAndrea, the man that was in and out of the lineup, getting fourth-line minutes to start the year, is now playing alongside their team's leading point producer, Tim Duffy. DeAndrea had 2 goals and assists last weekend and comes back home, getting a crucial one for Farmingdale to cut the lead in half. It'll be DeAndrea's 5th of the year, as it will be Duffy's 14th assist on the season. So Duffy will get his 28th point. DeAndrea will get his 9th. We'll see if there's a secondary assist on there. There is not. So just be DeAndrea from Duffy on Duffy's knuckle puck. That's anybody watching Mighty Ducks knows that reference. D2 Mighty Ducks. As that faceoff's won by Farmingdale, but punching through was Mikolas off the draw, as they'll drop it again. Farmingdale has been successful on that side, that same side with the offensive zone draw, trying to get it to the winger. They do this time again, but the puck bounced over the stick of Hawkins. You got Brennan down low. Bridgewood from behind the net will come out with it. Bridgewood will just throw it right back to where he started. He's got the big man behind the cage. Brennan will come out with it into the skates of Bridgewood. Helped out, turnaround shot by Burns goes wide. Signoretti, Hawkins, wrister sticked away, and Burns will be first on it. Bridgewood takes a spill. Could have got a hooking penalty there, but escaped one. As will be Casulo. Mikolas. Backhand pass, wide open. Hammerley could not slow it down. Very nonchalant pass by Mikolas, but he knew what he was doing as he found Hammerley. Signoretti. Hawkins going down the middle. Good back check there by Casulo. Signoretti turnaround shot, sticked away. Puck goes behind the cage. Hawkins hounding, but cannot catch up to Ravinsky. Nice bounce for Hurahan as that shot goes wide. Has to be Hurahan again. Mikolas down low, Signoretti as well. It comes to the blue line, sent right back in by Romano. And it's Hurahan wide open. Puck bounces off the blocker and over the net. Hurahan again going in front across the paint. That'll be Mikolas. Mikolas thrown off the puck by Kravitz, but he gets helped by Sarosi. Wrister on goal, gloved away by Temkin. 2:42 left in the second. It's still a 2-1 lead for Cortland. As Mikolas survived the hit and got some help from Holden Sarosi, but the shot was safe enough for Temkin. Off the draw, and we'll drop it again. It was Haldane on the dot, won it just moments before. They do it again, same guy firing, rebound goes off the post. So Maxwell Taylor, back-to-back attempts as the second one went off the post, and we're gonna drop it a third time. And here's the backhander that got through, but did not beat the post. As let's see if Haldane can go 3 for 3 on these dots and try to get it back to Taylor. But this time it's won by O'Donnell, one of Farmingdale's better centermen. As Larico up the middle trying to spring Minio, puck got behind him. As O'Donnell will help out. O'Donnell, Minio to the blue line, Sippos, wrister deflected, popped up and gloved by Zarugin. So now, just like what Haldane did for Cortland, O'Donnell will try to do and find Larico. He does. Larico could not get a hold of that bouncing puck. Murray, wrister, changed direction and goes wide as we are under 2 minutes left in the second. Murray on the bank finds Minio. Minio goes up the middle, nobody home, except for Higgins and Black. Sippos with Morello on him. O'Donnell down there for Farmingdale, as it'll be Higgins to meet it. Braglia knocked off the puck. Farmingdale could come out with numbers. It's O'Donnell. Into the skates of Minio. Minio still trying to play with it. Farmingdale defense on a change right now. Morello back the other way, thrown off the puck by Brennan. Back in front, Morello's shot kicked away by Temkin. They try to find a man in Cochran. He has one before. This one stopped by Temkin, and he'll glove it. So this Cochran line again causing some problems for Farmingdale, as now Cortland will send out their top line of Mikolas, Hammerley, and Casulo. Under a minute left of the period as Duffy will exit. Duffy has an assist on the lone Farmingdale goal. Duffy backhander shot off the side of the cage. Immel tries to get it. And he'll kick to the far side, sent up the middle, but kept in by Burns. Burns trying to knife free, goes down, and back the other way. It'll be Hammerley. Hammerley will park it up, try to find a man in the slot behind everyone. Cross-ice pass, Hammerley, tough angled shot, pops moorings with 12 seconds left in the period. This Cortland top line, it's the pucks on their stick, and as quickly as it gets to their stick, it gets off even faster. Good puck movement and fast puck movement as they win the draw cleanly. 10 left in the period. Wrapped around the boards, you got Mikolas behind there with Brennan. Brennan's gonna try to eat it. Mikolas gets it free, 2 seconds and 1, and that will do it for the second. After 2 periods, it was 2 straight for Cortland, answered by DeAndrea's 5th of the year. And we got 1 more period to go as Cortland trying to get an upset here on the road, up 2-1 against Farmingdale. When we come back on the LI Sports Network, we will have 3rd period puck drop, Farmingdale and Cortland. Welcome back, everyone, to the Bill Torrey Rink here at the Northwell Health Ice Center on Long Island, New York. You're watching live on the LI Sports Network. My name is Jordan DeLuciano. We are entering our final period of play. Cortland up 2-1 over the home squad, Farmingdale State College. So how did we get here? 14 seconds into the game on the opening shift. William Casulo started up with Cortland's 1-0 lead. That 1-0 lead held into the second period when Michael Cochran got his first of the season in his 9th game, gave Cortland a 2-0 lead, but Farmingdale answered back. Tim Duffy's knuckle puck from the blue line squeaked its way through, and it was tapped home by Christopher DeAndrea's 5th of the year, and that's all we got right now. Cortland trying to get an upset here in AAU as they sit 13th, trying to knock off the number 6 team, Farmingdale. And if you're just joining us, Farmingdale captain John McCann out for the game, sustained an upper body injury in the game's opening shift. As it'll be Riley McGregor trying to get, or should I say avoid a hit from Hammerley, as that one's left right there to the side of the cage. It's a foot race for it. O'Donnell will try to get there, has to deal with Casulo. And Hammerley now, as Mikolas looks for him, finds him, puck over the stick. Minio, Larico cannot find him. Mikolas lost it, left for O'Donnell. O'Donnell too far to the reach. Farmingdale had a chance there to take advantage of a turnover, but the pass was too far in front. It'll be Jesse Burns. Minio, touch pass O'Donnell. Nice move around one. O'Donnell, wrister on goal. Gloved away by Zarugin, making his 25th save of the night. He has been very strong in only his 3rd game of the year. As Alex Norbro has played 4 games. Andrew Goldstein has played 4 as well. And then you have Matt McDermott with 1. And then tonight, Zarugin in his 3rd. 4 goaltenders for Cortland have gotten a start this year. Bank pass could have stretched up ice. No icing here as Cortland was able to beat that out as Andrew Clifford was on it. Farmingdale had to come from behind twice last weekend in their 3 wins in Connecticut. One of them included a dramatic 4th and game-tying goal with 9 seconds left in Friday's matchup against Fairfield, in which they surrendered a 3-1 third period lead, and they capped it off with an overtime winner by Tim Duffy. On the wraparound, Temkin kicks it out, and the net off its moorings. Not the first time tonight we've had the net come off. Cortland will wrap up their first half of the season tomorrow night when these two teams link up. Same place, different time, 7 p.m. Off the draw, and they score! Holden Sorosi banks it off the pipe, and it's a 3-1 lead. And Cortland has been strong on the dots in the offensive zone. They have tried this play, and this time it works. It is Sorosi's 4th of the year, and that is a big one for Cortland. Back up 2. Icing arm up, and icing will be the call. So Fordham with Fordham, should I say, that's going to be Farmingdale's opponent on Sunday. Cortland with a gigantic opportunity, 17 minutes and 43 seconds, so a long way to go. But that amount of time from taking the first game of this weekend, and then they'll try to go for the sweep tomorrow night, but we got a long ways to go. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. The matchup for Cortland tomorrow will be their last of the first half, as they won't play until January 26th against University at Buffalo. Ronan Hurahan gets the assist. He won that draw right to him. It'll be Duffy. Duffy trying to power his way in. He's got the ref in front of him he has to deal with. And Duffy comes out alive with it. Duffy, Sippos, gets it right back. Tough angled shot, pops in the air off a body in front. DeAndrea tries to find Duffy. Immel trying to swipe at it. And Sarosi, nice play through his legs. To get some help in out of the zone comes Murray. DeAndrea dangerously tried to come up the middle out of the zone, got poked away by Cochran. Kravitz will flip it in, took a hit for his troubles, and a shot on goal, and they score! Dylan Smith finds the 5-hole, and Farmingdale's back alive. The lead is cut back to 1. And Kravitz take a hit to make the play. A generous bounce for the Rams. And second time tonight, they have beaten the goaltender Zarugin 5-hole. So if you're Farmingdale, you wanted a quick response to get the game back to 1, and that's exactly what they got. As icing is waved off here, McGregor will have to play behind his own net. Hammerley, wrister into the glove. So Zarugin's been strong tonight, but the 2 spots that have hurt him have wind up in the back of the net and has been the 5-hole. The Tim Duffy knuckle puck that found its way through the legs, and then that one that squeaked through off the stick. It's O'Donnell now from Minio. O'Donnell trying to get around a man and let him. Nice reach with the stick. As O'Donnell hounded, puck found its way to the front. Larico, O'Donnell, Minio, and it's covered by Zarugin. Dangerous play there for Cortland as that puck had eyes and it's found its way towards the blue paint. Brandon Hughes will get an assist, as will Jacob Kravitz, as Kravitz now has 5 points and now his last 6 games. All assist for Jacob Kravitz. As Burns walks, looks in front, finds a man, O'Donnell, backhand pass, could not get to the blue paint. Farmingdale pressing, Burns, wrister, wide of the cage, off the end boards. As Casulo can just go just past the blue with it, as Brennan is offsides. .15 left in this nail-biter. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast, these 2 teams always have close games. Regardless of record or standing, these teams are always at a battle. And now here comes Cortland flying out of the zone. Haldane muscled off the puck. I believe that's Bridgewood. The height and weight advantage to number 52 in white as they stretch it towards Signoretti, and it'll be an icing. These 2 teams had that epic last year on the island. A 6-1 second period lead evaporated for Farmingdale, and it wound up going 7-7 into overtime. The Rams wound up surviving 8-7, but it was a sweat. And let's see if they can get it back. Hurahan before won it to Sarosi, and they scored. Not going to happen here. As Murray up the middle, Hawkins. They have Signoretti as they'll park it. Bridgewood in his skates. It's behind him as Signoretti's taken down, trying to go back in front to Hawkins. Murray, Signoretti, one-timer, blocked down. Bridgewood tangled up behind the net, as it'll be Tyler Murray for the Red Dragons to exit the zone. as he links up with Hurahan. Hurahan in the middle, Sarosi. He'll peel off. Hurahan shot wide of the net. That puck is going to stay in the zone. Puck just sat there. Sarosi, tough angled shot into the glove of Temkin. So this Sarosi line has given some problems past couple shifts for Farmingdale in their own end. As be Morello on the draw, wins it cleanly to the blue line, and that shot by Romano goes wide. Puck splits the uprights at the blue line, so Romano will have to play at the blue of his own and gives it to DeAndrea. McGregor pinned up on the boards with Venth. Venth has an assist on the Cochran goal. That was Cortland's second of the game. Duffy, Immel. As a man all over him, and Braglia trying to squeak through, and it'll be Kravitz. Kravitz under the stick of Duffy, icing arm up, icing waved off. And that one goes into the Cortland bench. Looks like it hit a helmet. So the faceoff will stay in offensive zone territory for Farmingdale, as you see DeAndrea on the right side limping his way off. Looks like he's in a bit of pain. Not putting much weight on that right leg. Let him. Banks it right to Jesse Burns, but Burns has to wait for Minio to touch up, as Lorico will go chase for Farmingdale on Higgins. Brennan at the blue line. O'Donnell, tough angled shot, wraps around the glass, as it'll be Burns. Minio cannot get to that. He'll have to play at center. It'll be Brennan. Brennan coming off an impressive weekend with 2 goals and 2 assists. As it's Burns now, overskated, gets it back. Lorico, backhand pass Minio. Minio behind the net, back in front, Lorico misses. Brennan, wrister, save made, rebound, and O'Donnell couldn't put it home. As Brennan lays a big body in front of the Cortland bench, but out come the Red Dragons. Hammerley drags, fires, stopped by Temkin. Brennan was the one that laid that big hit in front of the Cortland bench, but came at a price as Cortland came out the other way. And here's the chance for O'Donnell, just got tied up in front. I believe that was Higgins that wrapped him up. Puck in the skate of Bridgewood, and he gets it back on the far side and links up with Hawkins. Hawkins back to Bridgewood. They'll chop it in. It'll Bianchi on the chase. And now Bridgewood out of the corner, trying to drag and fire, bouncing free. Popped up in the air to Sippos. Nobody home on the backhand pass as Cortland will exit with Taylor. Taylor, wrister on goal, save made, rebound, goes wide of the cage, and Temkin, he only let up 3 today, but the rebounds have been tough for him today as one of them wound up in the back of the net. Wines, fires, blocked, pinballed around, puck still loose, and Signoretti has to come back to it. Cortland changing, so Murray's going to stretch it up to Signoretti, but he gave him a wrist shot of a pass, and Farmingdale has iced it. So if you're Murray there, that was a makeable stretch pass, but you put too much on it. Now the Rams will have to have a defensive zone draw. It was avoidable. They win it cleanly. Murray will flip out and try again. Off a glove. Hughes trying to come out, and he will. Hughes, who assisted the last Farmingdale goal, will just throw that into the glove. Rams will keep out this line of Dylan Smith, the recent goal scorer, Hughes on the middle, and Bohm on the right. Fresh pairing on the defense. You got Kravitz and McGregor out there. And McGregor pinches in. Puck comes to Hughes. He'll spin it right towards Bohm. McGregor chops to Bohm. Puck off a skate. It'll be Hurahan. Kravitz trying to keep it in will momentarily as Hurahan comes out cleanly. Ronan Hurahan drags it, fires, and it's fought off by Temkin. Good deceptive shot there by Ronan Hurahan. Ravinsky keeps it in. Hurahan. Puck came right back to him, trying to backhand it in the feet. Wrister on goal, and they score! It's Sarosi, his second, and Cortland's fourth. And it was Sarosi just picking the puck free out of everyone's feet. And Farmingdale just not strong enough on that loose puck. From the boards into the slot, and Sarosi gets his second of the night, his fifth of the year. As it might be another icing, and it will be so. These stretch passes have not been ideal for Farmingdale as they have iced it once again. Farmingdale has these waves when they go on runs, and then the run will come to an end and they'll go on a down stretch. They'll win 3 in a row, drop 2 in a row, win 2 in a row, drop 3 in a row. Similar theme to last season. As they try to avoid that here, they got 10 minutes left to overcome a 2-goal deficit. Duffy. Down the near side, will throw it on goal off the blocker and into the netting. Pretty much the majority of Cortland's lineup, like Farmingdale's, is out of in the New York area. Some names coming from Long Island. As Holden Sarosi, the recent goal scorer out of Clay, New York. Have a breakaway pass, and they got it. Wide open. It's Cochran. He's got one, and a kick save by Temkin. And you might have to remember that one if Farmingdale can make this a game, but they turn it over. Cochran trying to go in front, broken up by Larico, but stepping in is Romano. Sloppy play right now by the Rams in their own end. Farmingdale just got bailed out by their goaltender. They see if they can help him out now. Larico gets some room in front, and it kicks around and goes wide. O'Donnell turnaround shot off a stick and into the air. Kravitz gloves it down. Larico coming free with it. Will send it back to the corner. Minio, O'Donnell trying to wrap it back in the other direction. Net still on as Minio comes out trying to dance free. Sippos keeps it. Goes back towards Minio. Kravitz walks the line. Minio. Wrister bouncing free. Sippos, the defenseman in the corner, will flip it up towards O'Donnell. O'Donnell tries to go to Minio, and they score! Joseph Minio, the lead again, cut back to 1. It's 4-3. And this Minio, Larico, and O'Donnell line has been Farmingdale's best tonight as they find the back of the net. Farmingdale, third time this game, is back within 1. There's a big hit there, and it's going to be a penalty on Cortland. Cole Haldane, Cortland bench not happy with it. So right as Farmingdale chops the lead to 1, they will go to their second power play of the night, and here's the penalty on Haldane. And Cortland could have a case, you know, the Farmingdale forward did turn around at the last second. So that's why the Cortland bench was not happy, as Zachary Mikolas was pleading the case of the ref, but Cole Haldane will still sit for 2. As yes, the Farmingdale player did turn at the last second. So now the door is open for the Rams. Their first power play was not great, as they'll try on attempt number 2. Good reach by Harahan to knock that one out, as the Rams will settle up in their own zone and try to exit. Hawkins derailed in the neutral zone by Sarosi, as they'll be Bridgewood. Sarosi all over. They got to move with a purpose here. Sarosi turns it over. Kick saved by Temkin. Holden Sarosi, he's got 2 goals tonight and an excellent job on the penalty kill there. Farmingdale, you know, it's getting late early. You got to move with a purpose here. Can't be so casual. Signoretti, wrister off a leg. Duffy on the rebound, shot it wide. And if you're Bohm there, you're going up against a 5'9 Mikolas, and you're Bohm, you are 6'2". You can't go with a stick battle there. You got to lower the shoulder and use your height and weight advantage to win that puck battle in the corner. But instead he elected to go with the stick battle, and Mikolas sent it down. As Signoretti's shot over the bar, and a free exit, shorthanded the other way. It's Hammerley with a man to the net trying to find Morello, and it goes in! It's a shorthanded goal for Cortland, and they're back up 2. A sloppy power play by Farmingdale winds up in the back of their net. It's the little things that add up. Going for stick battles instead of body battles in the corner. Way too casual in your own end. And shots that gotta hit the net. You're giving Cortland a free breakout there. As the power play comes to an end. And once again, Farmingdale's got to battle back from down 2. Moriello gets his second of the year. So it's the unsung heroes tonight for Cortland getting the job done. Cochran, fans on the shot. He's all by himself right now as the other 4 black jerseys went for a change. At Farmingdale, on that power play, they were moving as if they were up 2 goals. They got to move quicker. You're down 1 late in the game. Temkin will have to hold that one. So with 5:17 left in the game, Cortland's 2-goal lead is back intact, up 5-3. It'll be Duffy now. Duffy, nice move at the blue line, trying to push free. Good recovery by Ledham. Kravitz keeps it in. Duffy will throw it across, looking for DeAndrea. Duffy gets it off the pinball. Looks for Kravitz, will wrister it, punched away by Zarugin. Kravitz once again aggressively pinching in. Puck bounces off the glove of Haldane. You got Immel down there for Farmingdale, as well as Higgins, and Haldane's the one to come out with it. Bank it off the glass and out of the zone. But now a foot race. Looks like it's going to be won by Cortland's Taylor. Taylor looking for a man, tied up. Hurahan tripped up on his own, so we play on. Sarosi on hat-trick watch will pick up and coughs it up to Minio. Sarosi trying to stretch it the opposite direction, got broken up as Romano will have to come out of his own zone. Cortland has been very opportunistic tonight. Anytime Farmingdale was inching close within one, they keep getting that all-important next goal. Is a generous bounce off a skate. Wide open was Tyler Murray, but his shot got deflected out of play. .342 left in the game. Cortland coming into tonight has only had one win this year against a Division I team, and they're .340 away from making it their second, and an upset in doing so. That looks like it's going to be an icing against Cortland, and that will be the call. Farmingdale will have out their best line tonight. It will be O'Donnell, Larico, and Minio. As at the dot, it will be Murray to counter on the center. Won cleanly by O'Donnell. Murray, Brister blocked in front by Moriello. As we're going to have a hand pass. So puck will stay, I was going to say stay at center, but it looks like it's going to come all the way down into Farmingdale ice after the hand pass by Robert Sippos. Moriello on the dot against O'Donnell. O'Donnell wins it. Moriello chasing behind the net, but scooped up by O'Donnell. Minio, cross blue. Trying to drag it to the middle, cannot get free. Almost friendly fire there as Romano came in front of his own net. Sippos, wrister, bouncing wide. It'll be Venth. He'll rip it off a stick, bouncing free right in front of Temkin. He has to poke it away from Braglia. Ref and Braglia collide behind the play, and Cortland is offsides. It's been the unlikely heroes tonight. Holden Sarosi came in today with 3 goals on the year. He has 2 tonight. Michael Cochran came in with no goals. He's got 1. And Joseph Moriello came in with 1 tonight, and he has 1 as well. And the game was started by William Casulo getting his 5th of the year. Brennan coughs it up, good forecheck, looking for Mikolas. His shot went wide. Good forecheck behind the net by Cochran. Hawkins, Signoretti. As Higgins will go get it, and he gives it right to Hawkins. Down 2, you gotta keep an eye on Temkin. Let's see if Farmingdale starts to pull him soon as that one goes off the side of the net. Long flip, knocked down by Signoretti. And they called an offsides or a high stick. So Signoretti was confused, as was I briefly, that they might have called an offsides, but it was not offsides, it was a high stick. Hawkins off the draw will wrap it around the glass. And it will be Signoretti to battle with Higgins. Higgins now coming out with it. We'll come back to the near side. Burns, wrister, deflected, rebound, Bridgewood. And the net is knocked off its moorings. .146 left in this one. Cortland trying to hold on, get their biggest win of the year. Temkin not moving. Goal differential is very important in the rankings, so that might come to mind for Farmingdale if they do not pull Temkin. Brennan, Burns, wrister, blocked. Brennan trying to dance around Taylor and gives it up at the blue line. And it's going to be a penalty coming up, I believe, against Cortland. I think this is going to be Cortland for what happened with Brennan. Yes, it will be against Cortland. So Andrew Clifford to the box for roughing, I believe. And the power play has derailed Farmingdale tonight. Their first one got nothing happening. Their second one wound up in a shorthanded goal. Now it's do or die time. Minute 24 left in the game. Farmingdale needs 2. They're on the man advantage. They'll start it off with a wrister that gets ramped into the glass. Temkin not moving. McGregor tries to find O'Donnell. O'Donnell gets his body in the way of that as Hammerley trying to fly the zone. Minio walks the boards, wrister off a stick and picked up by Larico. O'Donnell and McGregor, no one knew who was getting that one. As Mikolas is dancing through everyone right now at the blue line. 45 left in the game. Farmingdale's got to score now, and they do! Michael Larico with 43 seconds left gets it back within 1. So exactly what the doctor ordered, Michael Larico. It's a power play goal, and for the 4th time tonight, Farmingdale is back within 1. Larico will get his 10th of the year, his 16th point, as we're going to have a timeout. And a penalty coming up against Cortland, I believe a misconduct against Mikolas. So Cortland, a potentially self-destructing finish here as they got to try to survive now. The final 43 seconds, once again, going on the penalty kill. As Mikolas has been arguing with the refs ever since Cole Haldane's penalty earlier in the 3rd period. Farmingdale has life back. No, should I say not back on the power play, it's just a misconduct on Mikolas, so we will stay 5 on 5. Temkin to the bench, 6 on 5. 35 left in the game. Farmingdale needs 1. No Mikolas for Cortland. He's in the box for a misconduct. Brennan trying to wrap it in front, and they score! Farmingdale has done it again! They tie the game! Dylan Bridgewood, 23 seconds left, 5-5. And Cortland has self-destructed in the final minutes. In and out of the box, an empty net, and a tie game. And this is exactly similar to the situation last year, but it was Cortland last season who marched back to tie it late, and now Farmingdale has pulled a rabbit out of their hat. Down 2 goals with under a minute left. It's Larico with 44 left and Bridgewood with 23 left. Bridgewood is 5th of the year. 17 seconds left. Farmingdale trying to win in regulation now. Hammerley, great play in his own zone to get it back. Can Cortland counter with under 10? Haldane, tough angled shot, knocked down by Temkin. Brennan, 2-1 overtime. Farmingdale has come back from the dead and are a goal away from snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Farmingdale last Friday, so a week ago, was down 4-3 to Fairfield, and with 9 seconds left in the game, they tied it, and then Tim Duffy won it in overtime. They look to do exactly the same tonight. A 5-3 lead for Cortland with 43 seconds left was made a 1-goal game by Michael Larico. And then with 23 left in the game, Dylan Bridgewood tied the game at 5 as 3 third-period penalties has come back to bite Cortland, despite on one of them they got a short-handed goal. And it looks like they're going to be without their captain, Zachary Mikolas, and their leading point producer for the remainder of the game due to his game misconduct. So they will be missing 10 goals, 13 assists, and 23 points. But what has Cortland shown tonight, every time Farmingdale has life, Cortland has the answer. Do they have the next one? 5-minute 3-on-3. If nobody scores, we end in a very unfortunate tie. But we have to switch sides. Temkin will go to my right side. Zarujan will go to my left. O'Donnell at the dot for Farmingdale. Hammerley for Cortland. Hammerley, Haldane, Ledham, Hawkins, O'Donnell, Brennan to start it. Here we go. Brennan, offensive zone, got Hawkins to the net looking for him. Pass went wide. This we got to be careful of. Brennan's got to get back. Haldane, Hammerley with space, and a stop made by Temkin as Hammerley crashes into the boards and draws a penalty. Jason Brennan to the box as the Red Dragons now have the door wide open on the man advantage. So no Mikolas, and Hammerley a little banged up. So let's see this one more time before we get to puck drop. As there's Brennan, yeah, taking out the legs with that swipe. Hammerley on the bench for now, dealing with that trip. And Mikolas in the box. 4-on-3 for Cortland, trying to win it. Temkin makes the stop. Ravinsky. Sarosi on hat-trick watch, wrister on net, popped in the air, and they score! Holden Sarosi finishes it with the hat-trick. The Farmingdale comeback falls short every time the game needed an answer. Cortland answered the call. Holden Sarosi comes into tonight with 3 goals on the year and finishes the night with 3 goals and the hat trick tonight and a 6-5 overtime win. Game 1 of the weekend, one to remember. We will run it back tomorrow night. These same 2 teams, 7 o'clock on the LI Sport Network, as Cortland tries to take 2 of 2 against Farmingdale as the Rams trying to split against the Red Dragons. For the last time, your final in overtime, Cortland 6, Farmingdale 5, thanks to the hat-trick goal of Holden Sarosi. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and good night.